There is a myth about bananas, and it has cost you more than you realize. For years, the conventional wisdom has been simple. Bananas are sugar bombs. Avoid them if you are watching your weight or your blood sugar. And on the surface, that advice makes sense. A soft, brown speckled banana is, chemically speaking, very close to pure sugar. But here is what the science also says, and this is what changes everything. That yellow fruit is a shapeshifter. Depending on a single factor you probably never consider, the same banana can either spike your blood sugar like a candy bar or feed the good bacteria in your gut with barely a ripple. It can crash your energy or carry you for hours. Same fruit, two completely different stories. And almost nobody knows which story they are living every time they peel one. This is not another generic "eat more fruit" lecture. This is about a mineral deficiency silently affecting most adults, a daily battle inside your body, and a humble 25-cent fruit that holds the key to swinging that fight in your favor. What actually happens when you eat 2 bananas every day? The answer is bigger than you think. It touches your blood pressure, your heart rhythm, your gut, your sleep, and the energy you have to live your life. I will show you the exact strategy to get these benefits, the one critical mistake most people make with ripeness, and the one group of people who should absolutely think twice before making this a daily habit. Let us start in the middle of a quiet war. Every single day, your body is locked in a tug-of-war. On one side is sodium, salt. The modern diet is drowning in it. It hides in your bread, your canned soup, your deli meat, and almost every restaurant meal. Sodium pulls water into your bloodstream, raising your blood pressure. On the other side is potassium. Potassium does the opposite. It signals your kidneys to flush out that extra sodium. It relaxes the walls of your blood vessels, easing the pressure back down. For most of human history, we ate far more potassium than sodium. Today, that balance is completely flipped, and we are losing this war. Consider this number. The National Academies of Sciences recommends adults get between 2,600 and 3,400 milligrams of potassium every day. And according to national nutrition surveys, roughly 3 out of 4 Americans fall short, chronically short. It is one of the most common nutritional gaps in the entire country, and hardly anyone is talking about it. Now bring that banana back into the picture. 2 medium bananas give you around 840 milligrams of potassium. That is 1/4 to 1/3 of what you need in a day. No fat, no cholesterol, no salt. That is the lever. Let us apply that lever to blood pressure, because this is where the evidence gets undeniable. When you are low on potassium and high on sodium, your blood vessels stay tight and your body holds extra water. Both push your pressure up. Feed your body the potassium it needs, and you help it release the sodium and relax those vessel walls. This is the exact principle behind the DASH diet, the eating plan the National Heart, Lung, and Blood Institute built specifically to lower blood pressure. It leans heavily on potassium-rich foods like bananas. In 2013, the British Medical Journal published a large review on potassium and stroke risk. The conclusion was staggering. People whose diets were higher in potassium had roughly a 24% lower risk of stroke. 24%. Think about what a stroke takes from a person. Independence, speech, the use of a hand. What you put on your plate is one of the very few levers you genuinely hold in your own hand. I want to be precise. A banana is not a drug. 2 bananas will not undo a bad diet or replace your medication. You should never stop medication on your own. But the evidence shows that people who eat this way over time tend to have lower pressure and fewer strokes. Bananas are one of the easiest, cheapest ways to swing that daily potassium balance back in your favor. That is the first thing 2 a day quietly does for you. Now the part almost nobody knows. And this is why I said a banana is not one food. Look at the bananas on your counter. A green, firm one and a soft, brown, spotted one are, chemically, almost 2 different foods. As a banana ripens, something dramatic happens. A green, underripe banana is packed with something called resistant starch. It resists digestion. It travels through your small intestine without being broken down into sugar, which means it barely touches your blood sugar. Then it reaches your large intestine, where your gut bacteria ferment that starch and produce a substance called butyrate. Butyrate is the preferred fuel for the cells that line your colon. It is one of the best things you can feed the ecosystem in your gut. Now let that same banana sit for a week. As it ripens and the skin freckles, enzymes convert that resistant starch into simple sugars. That is why a brown banana tastes sweet like candy. Its effect on your blood sugar climbs right along with the sweetness. You can see this in the numbers. A green, firm banana has a glycemic index of around 30. That is low. A very ripe, spotted banana climbs towards 60. Same fruit, completely different effect. So here's what this means in your kitchen. And this might be the single most useful thing I tell you. If you're watching your blood sugar, or you just want steady energy without a crash, buy your bananas a little green and eat them while they are still firm. Once those brown spots show up, the sugar has arrived. And if you ever have a banana that has gone too far, do not eat it alone on an empty stomach. Slice it over Greek yogurt or eat it with nuts, so the protein and fat slow everything down. This simple, overlooked detail is the difference between a health food and a sugar spike. Let us go back to potassium, because it does something you never think about until it goes wrong. Potassium runs your heartbeat. Every beat of your heart is an electrical event, and potassium carries that signal. When your potassium drops too low, that rhythm can turn erratic, skipped beats, flutters. In some cases, a genuinely dangerous, irregular heartbeat. The same mineral sits behind a lot of muscle cramps, especially those Charlie horses that seize your calf in the middle of the night. Potassium and magnesium help your muscles contract and relax. Come up short, and they can lock up. I will be straight with you. A banana is not a magnesium powerhouse. It gives you about 8% of a day's worth. The potassium is the star. But for keeping your heartbeat regular and your muscles from cramping, 2 bananas a day is a quietly excellent habit. There is a reason you have seen bananas at every tennis court and in the hand of every marathon runner. In 2012, researchers at Appalachian State University published a study on trained cyclists during long rides. They compared eating bananas to drinking a sports drink. The bananas kept the athletes just as well fueled, with blood sugar just as steady. And the banana came with antioxidants and nutrients the sports drink simply did not have. Now, you are probably not riding 40 miles on a bike. But the principle applies to a long walk, an afternoon in the garden, or an active day. A banana gives you natural, usable energy that arrives steady rather than as a sharp spike and crash. That is real food your body knows how to use. It is a far better companion for an active hour than a cereal bar or a cookie. You have probably heard that a banana can help you sleep or lift your mood because of something called tryptophan. There is a real kernel of truth in there, and a popular exaggeration I want to clear up. Bananas do contain tryptophan, which is a building block your body uses to make serotonin, the calming, feel-good chemical. And serotonin helps make melatonin, the hormone that brings on sleep. Bananas are also rich in vitamin B6, which is a required helper in that whole conversion. Now the honest catch. Eating one banana does not flood your brain with serotonin and make you happy on command. That is a myth. The tryptophan from food has to compete with other nutrients just to get into the brain, and the amount in a banana is modest. Do not expect it to work like a sleeping pill or an antidepressant. What is fair to say is this. As part of a calmer evening, a lighter dinner, less screen time, a banana quietly supplies some of the raw materials your body uses to wind down. If you struggle with sleep, having one of your 2 bananas in the evening is a small, harmless thing that fits that pattern. Just keep your expectations honest, and do not reach for the overly ripe, sugary one right before bed. Now, let us talk about your stomach. If you have ever had heartburn or a touchy gut, you may have noticed a banana is one of the few things that goes down easy. There is real science under that. A compound found in unripe bananas was shown to thicken the protective layer of mucus lining the stomach. That mucus shields your stomach wall from its own acid. Here is a fact almost no one knows. That same banana contains dopamine. Yes, the same name as the brain chemical. Inside the fruit, it works as a powerful antioxidant, one of the compounds that mops up daily cellular damage. The dopamine in a banana does not travel to your brain. It does its work as an antioxidant. But it is one more reason this ordinary fruit punches well above its weight. Now, the warning. And please, do not skip it. For a small number of people, everything I have said flips around. Potassium is wonderful, right up until your body cannot clear it. Your kidneys keep your potassium in a safe range. If you have advanced kidney disease, or you are on dialysis, your kidneys may not be able to get rid of the extra. Potassium can build up to a dangerous level. The same caution applies if you take certain blood pressure medications, the ones called ACE inhibitors, or ARBs, or a water pill called spironolactone. They can raise your potassium too. For these folks, 2 bananas a day may genuinely be too much. So here is the clear line. If you have normal kidney function, and you are generally healthy, 2 bananas a day is a safe, excellent habit. But if you have kidney disease, you are on dialysis, or you take one of those medications, talk to your doctor first. That warning is for that group and only that group. For everyone else, 2 bananas a day is a green light. Let me tell you about someone. I will call her Ruth. She is a blend of several people I have cared for over the years. Ruth was 66, and she had been told years earlier to cut bananas out because she was watching her weight and her blood sugar. So she banished them. Instead, her afternoon slump got filled with cookies, crackers, and granola bars that were basically candy in disguise. Her blood pressure was high. Her energy sagged every afternoon. We did not do anything dramatic. I asked her to do 2 things: bring bananas back, 2 a day, but buy them firm and green, and use one of them to replace that afternoon cookie habit. That was it. I want to be honest about what happened. Her blood pressure did not magically drop overnight. But over a couple of months, with that one swap, it drifted down noticeably. The afternoon crash softened because a firm banana gives steadier energy than a cookie ever did. She stopped feeling ruled by the cupboard at 3 in the afternoon. And the thing she was most grateful for was simple. She had stopped feeling guilty about a fruit that was helping her the whole time. The banana was never her problem. The sugary snack that took its place was. So let us pull this together into something you can actually do starting today. 1. Aim for 2 bananas a day. That is the sweet spot. Enough to close that potassium gap without overdoing the sugar or calories. 2. Buy them a little green and eat them while they are still firm. That is when you get the resistant starch, the gentler effect on your blood sugar, and the steadier energy. The brown spots mean the sugar has arrived. 3. Use a banana to replace the worst snack in your day. The cookie, the chips, the pastry. That single swap is where most of the real benefit hides. 4. If sleep is your struggle, have one of them in the evening as part of winding down. Just not the overly ripe one right before bed. And 5. If you have kidney disease, you are on dialysis, or you take an ACE inhibitor, an ARB, or spironolactone, check with your doctor first. For everyone else, this is one of the simplest, cheapest, most genuinely good for you habits I know. It is not about perfection. It is about a small, consistent step that pays dividends for the rest of your life. You hold a lot of control over your own health. Sometimes it is hard to see. It is hidden in daily habits, in small choices. This is one of those choices. Something so small and so profoundly impactful. The quiet lever of 2 bananas a day.